Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of lifestyle videos, motherhood vlogs as a mom of two now. I have two young girls under the age of 2.5. I do a lot of videos about that kind of stuff, but I also like to update you on our debt and our personal finance as well. So today I'm going to take you through a little May budget reset with me, if you will. I'm going to talk a little bit about goals, and then I'm also going to let you in on what our budget looks like now that we don't have two of our debts anymore. So let's jump into today's video. Okay, so this is what my budget looks like right now. Let me move you guys over here for the month of May. Over on this side, you can see my little up and coming stuff. Let me move it over. There we go. So May, there's Mother's Day. Obviously, we're also going to Madison, and it's my sister-in-law's birthday. So I'm planning to do a little something for her birthday. And yeah, so May, there's a couple things going on that will affect our budget. June, my friend is getting married. I don't think I'm going to be able to go to her wedding, unfortunately. It's in California and I just can't afford it right now, which sucks a lot, but I am excited for her, and I want to try to send her a gift. So it's also our 6-year anniversary, and we should have a cash grant. So these are just some other things that are coming up in the months afterwards, but I like to put things that I know about that will possibly affect our budget, meaning, you know, that we'll buy a gift for, or a wedding gift, or things like that. So moving on to May. So I'm budgeting with around $7,400 this month. Again, I never put our exact amount, because I don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't know what our rollover will be from the end of the month, anything like that. So I'm gonna budget around $7,400 for the month of May. Our rent, $2,700 as per usual. We do have to pay renter's insurance in May. We only pay that quarterly, so that's $88. All the rest of these are the same as they always are. Same with these business expenses or just expenses in general. So planning to spend about $3,307.46 on that, our fixed expenses, and most of that being rent. Moving on to debt, as you can see, this is a much lower section than it has been. So if I take you over to our savings and debt tracker, we were able to pay off 2 of our debts last month. I can link the vlog where I talk about that. I'm also going to do a video talking about why we decided to do that. So that should be up probably after this one. Super pumped about that. However, our savings took quite the hit between paying off those 2 loans, and then it was about $5,000 for my C-section with Poppy. So already paid for that. So we basically we went down quite a bit in our savings this month, but we're feeling really good that these are paid off. We would love to pay this one off at some point soon. My loans are much higher, so it's just going to take a little bit longer to pay those off unless something happens with our income going up. So as of right now, I personally have $45,000 of student loan debt left, and Ben has $8,700 of student loan debt left, and we no longer have a car loan. So that is exciting. I promise I'm excited about it. I have these really bad canker sores in my mouth right now. I don't know why. Like postpartum, I've been getting hit with crazy amounts of canker sores, so it's just like hard to move my mouth. So I promise I'm excited about it. Yeah, so for debt moving forward, our payments will go, they were about, I don't know, like almost $1,000 to $600 a month. So that is very nice. We needed that wiggle room with me no longer working and things like that. We were having to take money out of savings every month. So this will help us get back to more of a baseline. We probably won't be able to put much into savings for a little bit, or we're gonna have to tighten up our variable expenses, which we'll talk about right now. So variable expenses, $1,500. We spend a lot on groceries. I haven't talked about this in a while, but if you're new here, both my husband and I have dealt with chronic health issues, and so we prioritize our food. We prioritize organic food. We also prioritize like grass-fed, humanely raised meat, because that's like not only good for you like physically, that is something that morally is really important to Ben and I. Both Ben and I have dabbled with a plant-based diet. I personally feel better eating meat, but with that, I want to be more conscious of the type of meat that I'm eating. We are privileged in the sense that currently we can prioritize that in our budget, which means other things aren't as prioritized, but we do spend a lot on that. I know if you watch a lot of budgeting channels, a lot of people, you know, have like a $200-300 a month budget for food, and we can't do that honestly just based on the amount of food that like I eat breastfeeding and Ben eats in general. He just eats a lot, and now Ivy eats food too, so like yeah, this is just what we spend in a month on food. A lot of times we go a little bit over it, so just keep that in mind. I know that that is a huge amount of our budget, but that is something that is important to us. Everybody has to figure out like where to take money from, and this is just not the section that we do. Restaurants and takeout, I have at 100 only because we'll probably do something for Mother's Day and or Elizabeth's birthday, so I just wanted to keep that up. We are trying to like keep this budget low. As you know, this is always the one that I struggle with. I like getting food out, I like getting coffee out, but to be honest, I've been enjoying my coffee at home more lately, so I don't really need to be doing that much. $250 for medication and supplements. Ben has a big amount of supplements he has to get for May, so I have that in here. And then household I have at 350. That is like gardening supplies, if we need to buy a new blind, if we get Ivy or Poppy diapers, like that's all within our household budget. Personal spending is like nails done, beauty supplies like makeup, clothing, things like that. You'll see in my April budget recap that we spent a lot more on clothing than I was anticipating. Medical is at 250 next month because I believe that I will be following my doctor to her new practice, which is not covered by insurance. Again, something that we prioritize is our health because we have health issues and we want to be healthy, long living parents. This is just an area that unfortunately isn't covered by insurance right now. I still see like normal doctors for normal stuff, but when it comes to like my autoimmune disease and things like that, I prefer seeing like a functional medicine doctor, and unfortunately they're just not easily covered by our new insurance. 150 on utilities. We've been going over that a little bit lately. I'm hoping with like heat no longer being important that that'll help, so we'll see. 125 on car. I did up that just a little bit. We don't drive a lot because my husband works from home. We don't spend a ton on gas or tolls, which is like really exciting, especially living in Illinois where you pay tolls all the time. But I am planning to go to Madison with my sister-in-law, hopefully Ben, but possibly just my sister-in-law and Ivy and Poppy, and we're gonna meet my other sister-in-law and brother-in-law, Francesca and Peter, who live in the Madison area, and we're gonna go to like a little farm where they have baby animals and stuff. I'm hoping Ben can come with us, but it'll be kind of a spur of the moment deal for him, but we're planning to go, so I want to have, you know, gas money for that. That might also be a piece of that restaurants and takeout. $160 for Cora and Finn. Those are our two golden retrievers, and that is just their food. That's all I'm budgeting for this month. I did put a $50 miscellaneous buffer in here just for helpfulness, but it's not something that I want to be spending. It's just if like something comes up that we weren't anticipating. So anticipating about $3,035 in variable expenses. And then if you move on to this like miscellaneous, technically this could be within variable, but I kind of like it separate. By the way, if you ever want my budget template, I give it to you for free. It's something that I like created over the years, and I've changed mine, but I have my base template. Just email me. You can always find it in the description box, and I will send it to you, and you can use it if you have Google Sheets. So I budgeted $150 for birthdays, holidays because of Mother's Day and Elizabeth's birthday. I'm planning to do a little something for her because she is literally like a fifth person in our family. Like she's Ben's little sister, and I consider her my sister as well. But she also like takes care of my kids. They love her and adore her, and she's just like an additional appendage of the family, like truly. So I just want to be able to get her something for her birthday, and I want to do like a little something for that. She and her boyfriend are planning to come over that evening, so we'll probably make food. So we will see. I'm excited. And then Mother's Day, that's up to Ben, but if he gets me a gift or something, I'm budgeting him money. I did put $200 in savings. This is basically, we'll see if that happens, because we do tend to go over budget on some of our variable expenses, so that might not happen, but I would like to budget it. Now, a lot of people, and if you're watching this and you're like, you should pay your savings up front, I agree, but that's not how I do my budget currently. I am not like highly strict, and also we're kind of trying to figure out how things are gonna like level out with me no longer working, Ben's income. If I have little bits of social media income that comes in, I would love to build up our savings. Trust me, any extra money that we get, I immediately put in savings as much as possible. But I'm also trying to be realistic and understanding that we're going into a season where Ivy doesn't have clothes. I just realized yesterday she has like 0 pajamas for summer. If I can get her 1 or 2 things of that, or like I'm looking at swimming suits because I had to buy her a swimming suit the other day. Like things like that just come up. We currently have the privilege to be a little bit, you know, with that, but at the same time, I'm just not going to put $200 away or $600 away at the beginning of the month and then end up having to pull it back out. So I just always try to put any additional money we have at the end of the month, unless we need it as rollover, I put it into savings. So hopefully $200 this month. We'll see at the end of May if that happens. And then our Thrive Market renewal comes up. I can leave a link for that down below if you're ever interested in Thrive Market. I am not sponsored by them. I wish I was, but we pay $60 for a like membership fee, and it's totally worth it. Again, as people that eat gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, like all of those things for our health, personal health, being able to get like treats and stuff like that from Thrive Market, like pantry staples, is really helpful. So I'll leave a link for that down below if you're interested. I probably have like a link just by being a member. If I don't, I'll just link Thrive Market if you're interested in that. But that comes out yearly, so we have that payment coming out. We're not planning on traveling. So I do have about $46 that I didn't budget, but it's fine because we'll probably go over budget a little bit on some of these other areas. But that is what the month of May is looking like for us. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm not doing any goals this month because quite honestly, I'm still in like postpartum, trying to figure things out. I feel like we just got a handle on things postpartum, and then Ben went back to work. So now I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom and trying to figure out time to be able to do you guys and do vertical content if I want to, or do the laundry or wash my hair. So making like crazy amounts of goals just isn't working for me. But what I am doing is following like a 75 soft mom edition for like my health. So I think that video will be up after this one. If it's not, I'll link it down below, but if it is, it'll be coming soon. And those are kind of like my goals that I'm following. It's just like health goals in general, but I'm not making myself any additional like family goals at this time. I'm just trying to get my head wrapped around itself, you know. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.